Hey, Disgruntled. We have a new guest here, Brendan Peachey, on the League of the Wing podcast, and yeah, I'm going to be interviewing him for this podcast. Do you want to plug anything to start off?
Yeah, so my name's Brendan, like Caleb said. You can find me on YouTube with Peachey. I don't really post there, but I'm planning to post more. I'm on Twitch. Peachy Kid is the tag. And on TikTok, Peachy Kid is also my tag, so you can find me on those platforms.
Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. So I'm Brendan Peachey. I go to Temple University and I study media studies and production, and I have a minor in digital media engagement. So yeah, I don't know, like my hobbies are, I used to play video games a lot. I do that every now and then. I travel a lot, and I don't know, I'm pretty focused on school right now. And our new company, Babellion Studios, I'm also working on that as well.
That kind of segues into the first question. How was it like traveling all over the place throughout your life?
So I moved around a lot at first. This was because my dad was in the military. So I was born in Alaska when he was stationed there, and then I went to New York when he was stationed there, Texas, and then unfortunately my parents split, whatever. So I moved with my mom to Idaho, and I lived there for quite a while, actually, from first grade until 7th grade, and then I moved with my dad to Hawaii, and then after that I moved to Pennsylvania, which is where I went to Penn Manor with you. And yeah, he retired then, so we stayed there. So it was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of places. I didn't enjoy the fact that I wasn't able to have like a sustainable like friend group for a long time besides in Idaho, but then in Pennsylvania, because I also graduated from there and I still go back there because my dad still lives there. I am starting to like see that more now, which is nice.
What was it like growing up in like a military family? Per se.
I learned some good qualities. I'm very, what do you call it? Like they weren't like authoritative or anything like that, but I did learn to be not obedient. I don't think that's a good word, but like
self-discipline,
I guess, and like responsible. Like I know how to do things in a household. I don't know, like I just learned some really great values, and I feel like it's gonna help me when I have my own like family and own like household in the future. So yeah, it was really nice, honestly.
You said that your parents were divorced when you were young. My parents also divorced, but it was like when I was like freshman year of high school. Yeah. How did that like kind of affect your life?
I don't know. I think it like that takes a lot of like self-reflection. I feel like to like understand like how it affected me, but it's always kind of been that way, so I'm just used to it. But I remember growing up when I got the chance to see my dad, because my mom got full custody of us. It was always like really exciting to go and see him, but also to travel. So yes, it would have been nice if my family was together, because then we would have been more of like a cohesive unit. But I like to look at the bright side out of it. Like I got to experience more things, see more places, meet more people. So yeah, I think it affected me for the better. Of course, I wish that they would have stayed together, but yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Even like as much as it sucks, I feel like coming from like a divorced family, it kind of like brings you or opens your eyes kind of, or like a different like experience and stuff, even though it fucking like sucks. But I just feel like it puts a different perspective on life that not a lot of people might not be able to experience.
Yeah, I completely agree. And there's like a lot to it, like having, do you have a like stepmom, stepdad?
No, but both of my parents are dating.
Okay, so it's just like, it's strange. Like, a lot of people won't experience that if like their parents aren't divorced. And it's like, it's strange having like a stranger come into your life and try to be like that parent figure and everything like that. And I don't know, it does teach you a lot about like respect and like what love like really is. And I don't know, like like you said, it gives you a different perspective. So
my dad recently moved in with his girlfriend over this past July, and it's like getting a little accustomed to it as well. But it's like showing me like how to be respectful and just like you said, like bringing a new light into it as well. Putting that on to like consideration, have you ever felt like that you would want to like settle in one area for like your entire life? Would you want that experience, or do you think you see yourself more as like a traveler now?
So like location wise, like settling down.
Because Yeah, I was gonna say, like, because you said that you wanted to have like a stable like friend group. I didn't know if there was like other aspects that you wish that if you settled down that you would want to experience.
Yeah, so I don't know where I want to settle down yet, but I definitely want to like buy a house and have that be like my home, like my place, like make that area, town, city, whatever it is, like my home. Of course, I'm gonna like want to like travel and do stuff like that, but I think I wouldn't want to move around all the time again. Like I think it's best to have like one stable place and then be able to like travel different places and like meet more people that way instead of like like kind of not exactly like reinventing. I guess that's the word, like reinventing yourself every time you move someplace. Like establishing those friendships, like establishing all these certain things about this new place that you're in. I want to have like a solid like root in like where I am.
That makes sense.
When I eventually settle.
Out of all the places that you've been so far, lived in, which place was your favorite to live in?
So it's hard because I have favorite places for like different reasons. Like Pennsylvania and Idaho felt most like home. Pennsylvania, like I kind of figured out who I was and then like established like friend groups and stuff like that. And I still like talk to everyone that like I was close friends with in high school. And we still see each other a lot. So I guess like Idaho was my first place like that where I had those like solid friend groups, and I still like rarely talk to people from there. But I do, like I consider like some of the people out there like my best friends in like my life, even though I don't see them that much. So Idaho was kind of like my version 1 of like a solid like home, solid foundation. But Pennsylvania, I don't know, like it feels like more, like I have more from it. Maybe because it's more recent, maybe because like I felt more myself in this place. I guess that's it. Like I feel more myself in this place. But Hawaii was a really good destination just because like, it was an experience. Like, whenever I say I was from Hawaii, people are like, "What? You lived in Hawaii?" Like you know. So for the experience, Hawaii. For home, I would say Pennsylvania, and just for I guess to second that, Idaho. I don't know how else to answer that. Like I don't have like one favorite place. You know?
I think you put that beautifully, because I interviewed Titus last week, but I said like, what's your favorite like memory within Egypt? And it's kind of like that, and he just said that he said that he didn't really have a specific memory because it was he had different like memories for like different things, and that kind of is kind of what you said it a little bit, because like you can't say like verbatim like that you have this one favorite spate, like all-time favorite like place, but that makes like perfect sense. How long did you live in each state for?
So Alaska, I honestly don't remember when I moved from Alaska. I was born there. I don't think that we lived there long. Maybe like 1 year after I was born, maybe 2, I'm not too sure. But New York, we lived there for a year or 2. I wasn't going to like school at that time because I was so young, so I don't really remember it. Texas, I went to kindergarten and preschool, I think, and we only lived there for like 2 years. And then Idaho, I lived there for like 6 years, maybe give or take 6 years. And then Hawaii was 2 years, and then Pennsylvania ever since like then. So I lived in Idaho. Wait, hold on. I moved to PA sophomore year. And I'm a sophomore now. So yeah, I lived in Idaho the longest, Pennsylvania the second longest, Hawaii and Texas the third longest.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Kind of transitioning into Twitch and multimedia things. How did you get started on recording on Twitch?
So, like I said earlier, like I used to play video games a lot. Like in high school, it was go to school, do your schoolwork, sometimes don't do your schoolwork, and then just play video games. And of course, like I had friends and I like went and hung out, but like video games was, we all like my friend group, we all played like video games, so it was just a big part of like what we did. And then I forget what happened. I used to watch Twitch a lot as well. And then one day I was like, you know what, why don't I stream? And so then I just started streaming, and I did it a lot. My internet connection wasn't the best at home until I got my dad to get a better router and like better internet and then an Ethernet cable. So I just started streaming like all the time. And I did that in Vantage last year as well. And so I just like felt like showing what I was doing, showing the games I was playing. And then I ended up becoming affiliated with Twitch, and then I actually started getting subs, and I've made like $200 from Twitch so far, but like
that's crazy.
I don't really stream anymore. So some of my friends, I think Titus said he still uses his Prime sub, which is like a free sub that you can use like every month. So I guess I still have that like accruing in there, but I haven't checked in a little while.
Oh, what does affiliate mean on Twitch?
So it's when you have, when I got it, it was at least 3 consecutive viewers every stream. So like 3 people watching every time, an average of that. And then it was like 75 or 100 followers, and you need to have streamed for like 40 hours in a month, I think, or something like that. Once you get those, once you have all those marked off, then you just get affiliate, which means you get a sub button, you get an emote, and I think your stream is higher quality, but I'm not too sure.
What kind of games did you like live stream on Twitch?
I remember streaming League of Legends a lot, because that's like the game that I play the most. But I would play like anything. So do you know what Dead by Daylight is?
I do not.
Okay, so that was like a horror game that came out, and it's pretty big for a while. I streamed that. Arma 3, that was a big one. So that's like a more like, if you're really into PC, you know what that is. But if you don't, if you're not into PC, then you probably don't know what that is. But it's like a military simulator. Okay. And I used to do like role play. Like, have you seen GTA 5 RP? It's like GTA 5 RP is based off that. Oh, okay. So I used to play that a lot and stream it. But
that's really cool.
Yeah, I just streamed anything, honestly.
How did you get into YouTube then?
So my YouTube, the first video that I posted, I forget what it is right now, but there were so many more videos before that. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh, and I also streamed Minecraft. YouTube reminded me of it. So my first ever YouTube videos were in Hawaii. On my laptop, my gaming laptop. And then I bought like the blue snowball that I have now, and I used that. Except I used to have it like sitting like all the way like away from me, so when I was talking, it would like make terrible fucking noises. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I
no, you all cursing's on.
Okay.
Like you can curse as much as you want.
All right, bet. So I didn't know what the fuck I was doing back then. So I would make like Minecraft videos, and I think I deleted them. I wish I just put them on private, but I deleted them, and my voice was so fucking high pitched. And I just did like random videos of like survival games, the Hunger Games, survival games, Sky Wars and stuff like that. And then I kind of stopped posting for a while. This is like, I go through a rotation in YouTube. Like I'll post for a while of like ideas, and I'll be like, I want to post. And then I'll stop, and then I'll be like, you know what, let me pick it up again. So Minecraft was the first round. Black Ops, like Call of Duty, that was the second round, and I did that on PC, like zombies and stuff like that. And then the third round was vlogs, and I did that in high school, and I went to like Park City, and I would like vlog and stuff like that. Vlogs in high school, I went to like Park City, I did all that, and then I ended up taking those down. I think I still have them on private because my friends, not exactly friends, I don't know, I was weird back then, like I would be friends with people that weren't like actually like my friends. They would like make fun of it, and it made me like really insecure about it, so I like would take them down. Then I went back to League of Legends, The Forest, like gaming videos, and then most recently I started vlogging again, but that was like 6 months ago, I think, or something like that. And that's when I was borrowing my sister's camera, and I was actually like putting a lot of like effort into like vlog videos. So that's where I am now. Sorry, like I went so like.
No, that's perfect. This is the place where you can go on as many tangents as you want.
Okay, so yeah, now I'm like, I kind of reinvent myself every time like I hop back on YouTube. But now it's like vlogs, but I also want to do like gaming videos and stuff like that. So kind of mix it. But I feel like now I have like a more mature tone to it, but then also like understanding how YouTube works. Like before, I just did it like randomly and for fun, and I guess that's what it is, but like now I understand YouTube more. I understand like video editing, audio editing and stuff like that. Yeah, the question was, how did I start on YouTube? I just restart every once in a while. That's
funny that you say that, where it's like you kind of like restart or like reinvent yourself within YouTube, because when I started my YouTube channel, it was kind of like I started off when I was like 12, and I was do you know who Keaton Ichis is?
Yeah, I do. He played football, right?
Yeah. I knew him in middle school and stuff, and throughout elementary school, and fucking we would make these like like couple minute to like a minute long skits.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I started off with YouTube by that, and like some of them like actually kind of popped off a little bit for just starting off. Like I think one of them has like 250 views, which is like not a lot, but it's like that's decent like, for like decent, yeah. Little kid like cringe fest. Mm-hmm. But then like I played video games too, and I would post that and stuff. Like I think you hit the point is where it's like you just like go into cycles and stuff, and without like Disgruntled in those videos, I think I would post in cycles and stuff, because it's like all about motivation and stuff, and I feel like it's kind of hard to keep that motivation going, especially on YouTube.
Yeah, it comes and goes like a lot. Do you still have those videos though, like you and Keaton?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it on Disgruntled?
Yeah, like you have to scroll all the way at the bottom.
Watch this after this.
They're so fucking funny, but it's like fail videos and stuff. Crap, I was going to say something else. If I think of it, I'll say it. What was your favorite game to stream on Twitch?
So that's kind of difficult because there are games that I liked playing personally, but then there are games that when I stream them on Twitch, like the thing about Twitch is it's kind of analytical. Like if you're a small streamer, you have to look at games that have like a high amount of viewers but a low amount of streamers, so that people like click on your stream. So like I had a lot of fun playing League of Legends because that was the game that I played the most. But then I also had a lot of fun playing other games that I didn't play that often because I had like higher viewer counts or whatever. Can't really think of game. Oh, like, okay, this is going to sound so cringy. Roblox. I used to play Roblox. I love Roblox. On stream. And because I was like a little bit older than like the Roblox gamers, they would like flock to my stream because it's like, I don't know. It's like when you see I don't know. I feel like I kind of picture in my head, like when children see like mature guys playing it, they have like a certain like sense of humor about it, and then they just like flock to it, you know? So I had a lot of fun doing that, even though I didn't really enjoy the game that much. But I also enjoyed playing League of Legends when I didn't get that many views, because it is like the most popular game on Twitch. I don't know. Oh my god, my bad.
Yeah, you're okay.
I think mix of that.
I think everything's good.
Everything's good?
Yeah, it's still recording.
Okay.
Yeah, but with the mature audience, or like seeing someone like mature like playing a game, when I was little, I was like, it just made the that game like that much cooler. Yeah. Because I feel like it's like if they're like older people are playing it, I feel like, all right, like it's a cool game to play because like they're playing it. Because like I used to watch all the Minecraft like YouTubers and stuff, and I just thought like I felt cool playing Minecraft, like it was like the end game. What was your highest amount of viewers within a live stream?
So I got hosted one time, and this was, oh my god, this was crazy. This is when like I thought I made it on Twitch. Yeah. So I got hosted by someone because I joined, do you know what Discord is?
Yeah. So
I joined a Discord community for like small streamers, and I was very, very active in the chat, and like I feel kind of bad because I kind of played them, like I was very, very active in the chat.
Yeah.
And I knew in the back of my head, I'm like, if I'm active and I get these people like looking at me, then one of the bigger guys in this like Discord will like do something for me, like host me or something like that.
Yeah.
And that sounds really bad thinking about it now, but like I was just like, oh my god, oh my god. And so I was active in the community. This guy hosted me, and I got like around like 50 viewers at once. And that doesn't like that's not crazy, but like that's live, and it's like these people are watching me like live. So 50 people watching me live, and I got a lot of like subscribers out of that one. And subscriptions cost money, or if you have Twitch Prime, then you get half of it, which is like $2.50. So you get $5 like per, and then it's split between you and Twitch 50-50. So I get $2.50 per sub.
Okay.
And then people were getting in like donation wars and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god,
that's crazy.
So yeah, that was the biggest stream I had, and I was playing Rocket League when I was doing that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a crazy amount of viewers, because yeah, that's like such a crazy amount. How much money did you gain from that one stream alone?
I think I made like $75 from that stream.
Damn.
And that made, so you need $100 to cash out, and I made like $75, and I was like, oh my god, like I don't even have a fucking job. Like,
yeah,
I'm just streaming. So
that's crazy. What is your favorite video game to play in general besides like to stream?
So overall, League of Legends has been like the primary game in my life for like years and years. And actually, when I came to Temple, or when I was looking for colleges, I was looking for colleges that I would get scholarships for like playing League of Legends, because I was trying to get like really, really good in high school. Yeah. And I joined the esports team last year, actually.
Oh, really?
I was on like I wasn't on like any good team. There's like the A team and the B team, and they do most of the competitions. But there's like a C team that you compete online. So I actually coordinated that, and I did that last year. But the League of Legends is my favorite game. I took that really competitively. And whenever I go back and play games, which I don't do that much, it's usually League. Valorant, which is actually by Riot Games, who made League of Legends, that game has like become addicting. I play that game whenever I can now, whenever I'm home. But it's not working on my computer anymore, so I can't play it. So I'm kind of sad.
Would you ever consider like live streaming on YouTube, or have you?
So I have actually before. I did League because it has a smaller community. It's like YouTube has like a ton of people that use it every day. But YouTube Gaming, which is what it's called, I'm pretty sure. Or I guess there's live streams too, but YouTube Gaming is the one that I saw, and it doesn't have as many streamers, so there's not as many people to compete, but it doesn't seem like as many people use the live feature. I guess there's two ways to stream on YouTube, actually. I just remembered. So there's one straight from your channel, and I don't know if that links to YouTube Gaming, but you can also stream on like YouTube Gaming, which is like, it's like Twitch, but so it's a different page of YouTube. Like you can, it was hard to navigate to. So I've done it on YouTube. I didn't think it was as great. If I got a following on YouTube, I would do it more. But because I had like a following on Twitch, like people that would come to like every stream, I was just like, I'm just gonna continue on Twitch, because I wasn't picking up YouTube at the time, so it was just kind of sitting there. And there's actually this tool that I used before too called Restream.io, and I was able to stream to like every single platform.
Oh really?
Like, at once. It was so weird. I was like, okay, let me use this. And I streamed on like Twitch, Facebook. It was so weird.
That's crazy.
YouTube and everything. I don't know. I don't think, unless my YouTube pops off, I won't be using YouTube for streaming.
That makes sense. Kind of to go back a little bit to the EA gaming and stuff. You went to a live like event at the beginning of freshman year.
Yes, dude.
How was that?
Dude, that was a fucking experience. Like, let me tell you. So I'm pretty sure I told you the story. Titus was my roommate back then, so he knows the story. I was, oh my god, I was so fucking stupid back then. So I booked flights from Philadelphia to Detroit, where the event was, and I was meeting two of my League friends that I've never met in person before, but I met them through League, and I was meeting them there, and I booked my flight. I told my roommate, I'm like, I'm leaving in the morning to like go catch my flight. I'll see you like in a few days. So I go to sleep that night. I wake up, I look at my clock, my flight leaves in a fucking hour. And I'm like, no. And so I'm like, I think I was gonna take the Uber there. And so I called the Uber, and I rushed. I didn't take a shower. I just grabbed all my shit, and I'm like, I'm going. Like I'm gonna make this flight. I'm gonna make this flight. So I get to the airport, and I think it's like 10 minutes before my flight leaves, and I'm like, fuck, dude. No, I went through security. I even went through security, and I went to the gate, and my flight was gone. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. I'm like, I'm done, dude.
That's a heartbreak.
I'm so fucking done. I don't know why I didn't check in online. I don't even know what airline I used. Like, I forget. So I missed my flight. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? I bought tickets to this thing. I really want to go. It's the fucking LCS finals. Like, I know, like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, but it's like the biggest event in NA for League of Legends. And I'm like, I need to fucking go to this. So I ended up taking Amtrak from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh, and like, oh my god, that was the longest fucking ride ever. And then I took the Greyhound from Pittsburgh to Cleveland. I think it was Cleveland. I don't really remember. I think Cleveland, and then to Detroit. And so that was just like the longest fucking trip ever. I was supposed to be there for like the day and like spend it with them, but I got there like at night pretty much, so that sucked. Like I was like, fuck, I'm never missing my flight again after this. And I literally saw someone have a seizure inside the Greyhound station, and I'm like, what? Oh my god, this is whack. I don't belong here. I need to get out of here. So that was crazy. I felt like it was the weirdest travel I've ever done. I swear. And so I got there, and then we just had a really great time. So it was an awesome experience. I've never been to a convention like that. I got to see like actual players that I've been like watching for years, and I'm like, oh my god, they're like right fucking in front of me. Double lift he was like my favorite player. I got to see him. I didn't like get to like meet them or anything. And then I also got my awesome Team Liquid jersey there, which was pretty great. So it was a great experience. And then, oh my god, I completely forgot about this actually. I wasn't gonna be able to get my flight back home.
Yeah.
Like I forget if I called Delta. No, I looked at the app.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Delta. Now I remember.
There we go.
I called them and I'm like, these fuckers. Like, so it was Delta, and I looked at the app to see like when I was going home, and my flight wasn't there, like going home, because I missed the initial flight.
Oh, okay.
Like I wasn't on the flight. Like I didn't scan my thing to get on the plane, so they marked me as like missed flight. So like I didn't need my flight back, and so I called them and I'm like, why isn't my flight here? And they're like, it's because you missed the flight. And it's like, I was like, well, I'm here and I need to get back.
Yeah.
And originally they weren't going to give me back the ticket, and like the flight date was only a couple days away.
Yeah.
So the tickets were like skyrocketing in price, and I'm like, I can't afford this. And like, I don't want my parents to have to like pay for this. I got back on the phone with them later, and I was like freaking out. I was so nervous. I don't think I cried, but I was so nervous. I was so scared. The people I was with were like, you need to call them back, and like you need to like fight this. And I was like, I was getting mad. I was getting pissed. I'm like, you fuckers better give me my ticket back.
Yeah.
And so I called them, and then the guy was like super nice, and he's like, yeah, you have your ticket, you're good. I was like, oh, shit, okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I had like a nervous breakdown, and then I had to like get over that to enjoy the rest of the day. But it was a great trip overall, besides the little travel like fuckery. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Wait, how long was the train ride? Because that must have been like such a fucking like long train ride.
It was like 4 hours, I think. It might have been more.
Damn.
It might have been more, because it takes an hour to get from Philadelphia to Lancaster, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, it was like 4 or 5, 6 hours. It was
Dang,
something up there.
that's crazy.
So it was a while. And the Greyhound took like another, in total it was like 12, 14 hours of like just sitting.
Damn, that's fucking crazy. What was like your highlight of the trip?
I guess 2 things. So one is, I don't know, it felt really great meeting like my friends in like person finally. It was just a lot of fun doing that, but also just the finals, like, so she was rooting for Cloud9 and I was rooting for Team Liquid, and they were the finalists, and I was like, we're gonna win, and it was just like we had kind of like a rivalry over the trip, and it was just great. And seeing like the final, Team Liquid won, so I was just like so fucking hype. Like, I don't know, it was weird being in the stands and like watching it live, you know, like usually I watch it on Twitch and I just like, I'm like, oh, okay, they win, they lose, like fuck these guys if they lose. But being there was just like a whole nother, like I don't really get into sports, but that was like I was like in, like I was deep, like I was screaming. Like usually when I get to like soccer or like football or something like that, I'm like, oh yay. And I was like, let's go, and the energy was just crazy in that arena. So I guess that was it, just being in like the final moments of the series that they played.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That must have been a hell of an experience in general.
That's great. Oh shit. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Do you know who Tyler 1 is?
I do not.
Tyler 1 was there. I have to show you him after the podcast, but he is like fucking hilarious. Like, he's one of my favorite streamers, one of my favorite YouTubers. And he was there, and it was just so fucking funny. Cool. He was commentating. It was just so funny watching that. So that was another great moment, I guess.
That's really cool. Yeah. That must have been like so exciting seeing like your favorite like people there.
Yeah.
Kind of transitioning into like the next topic. You're openly gay now recently, of like the past, well, I mean, I don't know like when your official like exact day was, but how was it kind of coming out?
So I think the post was in October.
Yeah.
I think it was sometime in October, but I don't know, I just like, I didn't like the feeling of having to like hide anymore. And like, I don't know, so like my boyfriend Steven, he always like, at that time he was like posting me on his like social media, on his like main stuff, and he was like getting responses from people. And I made like a private one where I felt like I was free to like post that type of stuff. And I'm just like, you know what, like we've been in this relationship for a little while now, and I feel like he deserves to, like, the people in my life, or he deserves to be seen by like the people in my life and like be shown as like my boyfriend. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just doing it. Yeah. And then it didn't really like affect me that much at the time. I was just like, I'm doing it. it's done. Like, I just posted, I'm like, fuck it. And I wasn't like worried, I wasn't anxious, I just like went for it. And I guess I haven't realized, like, I still, like, for weeks after, I'm like, has it really hit me yet? Like, do I feel any different? I don't know. I guess being at Temple, I was out with the people here, but the people back home, like, the people in my, like, previous, like, high school before that, like, none of them knew. And so I guess it was just kind of like a shock. And I got, like, so much good feedback, and, like, everybody was like, yay, like, proud of you and stuff like that. So it just felt, like, really, really good to know that, like, these people in my life, like, they don't care. Like, I was so afraid of people, like, losing people. My best friend Jamar, I don't think I told him. I told him, like, I don't know if I told him before the post, actually. Yeah. Because I was, like, so afraid of, like, him being like, what the fuck? Even though I knew that he was going to be, like, okay with it in the back of my mind. But it was just the amount of support that came out from everyone. It was just, it felt really great. And so, I don't know. I just did it because I felt it needed to be done. And the result was all good. Like, I didn't get one negative comment from anyone. So
that's really awesome, because you opened up and talked more about it, like, freshman year. I didn't know if you, at that point, like, were openly gay at all. Talk to other people, but, like, when you, like, posted that, I was, like, really proud of you for doing that and everything. What do you think of kind of the idea of, like, coming out as, like, a whole? Because, like, I feel like I just heard people on other podcasts and are, like, just talking to, like, other people about it. I don't know if it should be, like, as, not that it's like it's a big deal, but not, like, I don't know, it shouldn't be as, like, nervous. I don't even know how to phrase it, but, like, it should just be already accepted. Like,
it should be. Yeah. I get what you mean. Like, it shouldn't have to be a big deal, because it should just be like, oh, this guy's gay, like, so what? But I guess it's still not, like, I guess it is. The problem is that it is. I don't know what the image was in my head that made it feel like it wasn't okay, because today, like, when I don't know, I know from experience, like, when I came out, no one cared. And if they did care, then they just, like, unfollowed me on Instagram, and that was it. So I get what you mean. Like, it shouldn't have to be, like, a big thing, but I feel like at the same time it's helpful, because people that are afraid and end up jumping over that little, like, hurdle and doing it, like, the reward is, like, so much greater. And then if you have that fear and you come out, like, if you're nervous and then you come out, you get all that support that makes that, like, go away. So yeah, I don't think it should be, like, something like that, but I don't know how it's gonna get to that point. It's like, oh, that guy's gay, like, so what? It is like that, but I mean, without any sort of, like, anxiety, you know?
Okay. That makes a lot of sense, because, like, I didn't really know, like, how you, like, saw that, because, like, I feel like when someone opens, like, comes out, I just, like, that's just, like, a courageous thing to do, like, in this culture and atmosphere. I just didn't know if, like, I just feel like at this point in time it should just be, like, already accepted. I'm all for, like, praising the person coming out, because that's, like, just the amount of courage and, like, bravery to do that is, like, so big. How was kind of, like, your family's reaction to that?
So my brother's gay as well, so I knew that they were all gonna be okay. My mom, she was like, I don't know, it was funny when I told my mom. I don't really remember it now, but I just told her, and she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And she used to, I don't know why, like, I didn't think I acted that gay before. I don't even know what that means, honestly, saying that. Yeah. Like, my mom used to always ask me, she was like, because I didn't live with her, she always asked, do you have a girlfriend? And then I would say no, and she's like, are you gay? I'd be like, no, Mom. And then finally I told her, and she's like, oh, I knew it. And I'm like, okay. So she was completely fine with it. My dad was completely fine with it. He's more of a mellow guy, so I just told him, he was like, okay.
That's really cool.
So yeah, I'm lucky that my parents are like that. It sucks for people that have parents that aren't okay with that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm lucky. Like, yeah, it was all good.
When was, like, the moment that you realized that you were gay?
I don't know, to be honest. Yeah. Like, as far back as I can remember, like, I knew. Okay. I knew when I was in middle school. Like, I can look back at, I don't want to go into too detailed about this, but, like, I looked into, like I look back and I see like even before middle school, like I knew that I was. And it was funny in elementary school. I remember like the Carl's Jr. commercials where it's always like women that are like nude and like not like completely nude, but like in bikinis and stuff. I used to be like ew and like look away from that when I was younger. So I look back at that and I just like I knew like all along. Yeah. There was no like realization in like high school or middle school. Like I just knew. Okay. So
that's really cool. So what has your experience at Temple so far? Well, wait, no, never mind. Okay, wait. I want to ask one more question. Yeah. Being in a relationship now, what is a long distance relationship right now? I don't know how to phrase this. Like being in a long relationship, how do you cope being a far distance apart?
So I'm kind of going to expose myself here. This is like my first ever like serious relationship. It's definitely gotten a lot better. It was hard at first when things started getting like really serious. But honestly, I've realized that just focusing on the things that I need to do, things that I did before, like we were together that were like a big part of my life. I just need to like focus on those and know that I am going to see him again. Maybe we don't have a plan yet when. Maybe like I did at that point. Doing the things that, I don't know, doing like your stuff. You know? Like for me, like I'm getting back into YouTube, so starting to put my energy into that. Just putting energy into positive things that make you happy, and just knowing that you're gonna see that person again, no matter like when. And it's just, I guess that's it. You just like cope with it. It's something you have to deal with. FaceTime a lot, honestly. Yeah. And just like keeping, like, I don't know, just like checking in with each other and everything like that. So luckily Steven makes it pretty easy.
Long distance relationships suck ass because
I agree.
But I wouldn't like wish out on like my worst enemy with like, or like just people in a relationship in general. But like when you started to have a long distance relationship, I feel like we got closer as friends because that's like another level to like relate to, if that makes sense. And it's just like tough into, and like everything that you said about like finding your own like time and stuff, it's like I do the same thing, and it's like you kind of have to be like live two like own separate lives as together as one too. Yeah, which is kind of tough. Yeah,
because like if you live together in the same area, you can be like, oh, I'm gonna go like see him for a couple hours and then go do my own thing. But like because it's long distance, when you go to that person, you're like with that person that like entire time. And of course you can like get some time apart while you're like having that time together, but it's like it's much harder to balance. You're either separate or you're together. And I guess it's like that with like any relationship, but it's like to an extreme. You know? It definitely does suck, but I think we both agree that it's worth it.
So. Yeah, I think it can make a relationship stronger too. Yeah, because it's like you have time apart, and then it like makes, even though like the missing that significant other like sucks ass, but it makes you miss that other person that much more. And when you see each other for like that initial reaction, it's like such a good feeling. As goodbyes are also like difficult as well, but like I guess it's good and bad comes with it. But yeah, it's just tough in general.
I agree.
So what is your experience at Temple so far? Like in general, like from like the classes to like just like the campus and then like the surrounding area as well.
I don't know. I think last year was in like complete like Temple aspect, like not like my life aspect at all. Temple was like a lot better last year, just because we were able to like experience all the things that we were supposed to with like in-person classes, parties, like activities on campus and stuff like that. So last year was a lot of fun. That's where I got to meet like everyone, and in-person classes were great. This semester we're living here, but it doesn't really feel like we're going to Temple, to be honest, just because everything's online. So I mean, Temple's been great. I like being in Philadelphia. I like being able to experience this like city vibe, and I don't know, I just like like this time in college, it's just been figuring myself out and seeing what I really like. And last year I kind of had like last semester, I kind of had a crisis with that. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, this is not what I want to do. And then I was able to switch that. And it's just like Temple made that so easy. And just Temple has like so many opportunities. It's just been a great experience. I don't know, it's like when I was in high school, I just wanted to go to college and do what I wanted to do, and I'm really like experiencing that now. Like I don't have too many negative things to say besides they didn't drop the fucking tuition on my school.
I feel like that's with every college.
Yeah.
Fuck colleges.
Fuck colleges.
Yeah.
They're greedy bastards.
Yeah, fuck them. So you said that you switched majors. How was that experience like?
So last semester I was just like getting behind in a lot of work, and doing the work I was like, this is not what I like. Like I would be able to do this work if I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But, like I'm not enjoying it and I don't want to do it. So like what's the point? And so I really took like a week to kind of learn about what I really wanted to do and like self-reflect and be like, what can I really see myself doing? What like what I'm doing right now, I see myself making a lot of money, and it's somewhat related to like I love being on the computer and stuff like that, or I did back then, heavily like related to like being on the computer, but I realized like this isn't what I want to do, and I just kind of freaked out. And then I started contacting, I was talking about the week that I like figured it all out. Yeah. And I was like, okay, media studies. I really like doing YouTube. When I had the feeling of like editing and uploading a video, like I never like it, I don't get that feeling a lot. Like it's exciting, but it's also, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's such a great feeling. And then I looked back on that and I'm like, okay, let me like look into this. And so I read the major, I read all the courses, I looked at how long it was going to take me if I switched, and then I realized like, you know, this is what I want to do. And then Temple made it really easy to switch. So I just can't wait until it's in person and I get to go inside the new college that I'm like located at, because before it was CERC, Science Education and Research Center. Now I'm in Klein Media and Communication or something like that. Just waiting for the day that I can go inside that building and like, I don't know, it just feels right. Like it feels a lot better where I'm at now.
Yeah, when I heard that you weren't doing anything with like media stuff, I was kind of surprised, because like you were doing Twitch for the longest time and like YouTube and stuff, and I was surprised when you were like doing programming and other stuff like that you were doing that rather than like media, because it like it seemed like you were really passionate about Twitch. So I was like kind of surprised that you didn't like go that route. Yeah.
No, it was the money. It was like I was just like, I could make so much money if I like graduate with this degree. And I actually tried switching last year, but the head of that department was like, don't switch, you're gonna make a lot of money. And I was like, okay. So low key like fuck that person. But, whatever, I'm where I need to be now, so it's all good. But yeah, I'll probably do like programming and stuff on the side. Like of course for my major I do web design and like web design, so I need to know like a little bit of programming. It was nice to have that experience. I'm finally where I should be, I feel like.
Would you ever consider like having a minor in anything?
Yeah, I do have a minor in digital media engagement, so it's an advertising minor, and I'm gonna learn about like the Google search engine optimization and just how to increase like viewers. I don't know, it goes hand in hand with the media studies and production, so it's just like kind of advertising for the media production that I will be doing, I guess.
That makes sense. Why did you choose Temple, or like how kind of was your like college application or process was like, and then why did you then choose Temple at the end?
I don't really remember all the colleges I applied to be honest. I know it is University of Pittsburgh, or is it University of Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh University?
I think it's University of Pittsburgh, or just like Pitt.
Pitt.
Yeah.
So I applied to Pitt. I applied to Temple. Where else did I apply? Oh, I applied to Boise State. Okay. And my dad wanted me to apply to Millersville, but I did apply to Millersville.
Okay.
And I made it in.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So,
you're all good.
But yeah, so I made it in to all of them, and Boise was the cheapest, but that was in Idaho, you know, so I had to like fly out there and live there, and I really wanted to do that because I wanted to like be with my friends. I was from there, but I'm like, do I really want to do that? Do I want to like move my life back out there? And there was room for like a lot. There was so much opportunity out there. So I didn't really want to go to Millersville. I didn't want to stay in Lancaster. So my other two choices were University of Pittsburgh, Pitt, or Temple University. And I chose Temple because I wanted to be in a city. I had really good scholarships and really good grants, and I don't know, liked the vibe that I was getting from Temple, and I knew some other people that were going to Temple, like Nathan Liu and Alex Hong. We all drove together in the morning to school. So I don't know, they're both here at Temple now, so I was just like, seems pretty cool. And so with Pitt, I was put on a wait list, but I eventually made it in, but it cost so much more than Temple did, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Temple. And I just decided not to go to Boise because I didn't want to move my life out there. So yeah, scholarships, grants, opportunity in the city, and I don't know, I just like the vibe that I was getting from Temple.
That's really cool. Ironically enough, or not ironically, but I guess ironically enough, watching college football and stuff, for some reason I was really into like Boise State.
Really?
Yeah, like for whatever reason. I'm pretty sure it was like for their colors or whatever. They were like in my top 3 teams that I was rooting for.
What?
Yeah,
that's lit.
Which is like really cool. But how was it transitioning from like the rural Lancaster area to like the more urban, like big city to Philadelphia?
I don't know. There's like 2 things about this. Like, I don't know. I moved around a lot, so I wasn't really, like, it was either suburban or rural. I never like really lived in a city, but I did experience it in different places. But just like urban, I just love, there's like so much to do here. Like, you can go out anytime and like do whatever. Like, everything's close by. It's just like, oh my God, like I live in fucking Philadelphia, you know? So the transition was pretty easy, and I was definitely willing to do this transition. But the only thing that I see as like a negative side is sometimes I feel nervous walking at night, and then 2, it's like so fucking loud in the city all the time. So I guess that's it, just like so fucking loud, but then also like so much to do.
Those motherfuckers always blasting their fucking music out your window.
I'm gonna throw that fucking jar at them. Oh, they're not there right now.
Okay, for the viewers, there's this car that parks right out of our like house, in front of our house. It's like, what is it called? Do you know what, like the
It's like a fucking tricycle.
Yeah,
like an auto tricycle.
Yeah, and then they fucking blast their music like day in and day out, and it's so fucking annoying. Are you going to like actually like say something to the police or something about like a noise complaint?
Dude, I don't know, cause like I was doing my research, and there's like, it's breaking the law past a certain time, but I don't know if it's breaking the law during the day.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want to seem like a stickler or anything like that, but I might do it if it gets to like a certain point. I don't know. I'm not here all the time to have to experience it. So if it gets worse, I might, instead of throwing a fucking jar at them.
Yeah.
But, we'll see.
I feel like you should just throw the jar at them for the views.
Fucking message. We might die though.
Yeah,
so.
We'll probably get shot up. But yeah, I feel like that's like a reasonable noise complaint though, because like you have to like do work, you have to like film videos and stuff. It's like disturbing the peace to a certain extent. Like play your music, but not that fucking loud, you know? What was it like living in Vantage comparatively to the Bull House?
The Bull House is like, okay, so Vantage is like here.
Yeah.
And the Bull House is like here. So don't get me wrong, like I love my roommates and everything like that, but this was like the size, like this was bigger than our like living room / like, no, it's about the same size, except like longer. Our living room and kitchen and like the bedrooms were the same size as that. So it just wasn't like it wasn't huge. Like it wasn't like a great size or anything. But it was a great experience. Of course, I like my roommates. I just didn't like also that we didn't get to experience the dorm like style thing. But now that we're in the house, like we all have our own rooms. We share bathrooms, of course, but Titus is here, which is great. He was my roommate last year. And just like the house itself is like great, and then like the people, like I don't know, I like that too. Like the energy here is great. I like the room. I like the energy. I like just like having a house. I don't know.
That's awesome. Last year, if you had to like repick a dorm area, would like between like Vantage, Morgan, J&H, would you switch to any of those, or would you still want to go back to Vantage?
I'd want to pick Morgan, honestly, because it's kind of like Vantage. Like it's nice, but it's more of a dorm style. There's RAs in Morgan, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, so like I would want to do that, but that costs a lot.
Yeah.
So I might do I might have done J&H just to like meet everyone more. And like obviously I have like a great group of people here, but it would have been nice to be like more exposed to that. Yeah. Like once in a lifetime kind of like living situation.
Yeah. I feel like there's pros and like I lived in JNH and like it's fucking shitty. Like it's
I
like
know, dude,
it's
I
like
know.
it's so fucking disgusting. There's like cockroaches, rats, like in the fucking kitchen. Like it's so grody. It's so fucking grody. Like people from JNH have like mixed feelings. I feel like they both love and hate it. One of the biggest reasons why I picked JNH was because of like the community. Because like I heard from people, it was like, yeah, all the floors know each other. Or, like the entire floor, your floor that you live on, like everyone knows each other. Yeah. But it's like very small, so it's like very tight. It's like probably half this room, and you're like living in it and stuff. And in the basement too, there's a basement part of JNH, which was really cool, which I watched all the Eagle games and got like super good reactions. So
I remember your videos from that.
Yeah, that's the plus side from it, because like I needed a place to like film reactions. I was afraid I didn't have one, but then that made up for it. But yeah. I guess there's pros and cons to everything. Mm-hmm. So we go to the same high school. Yeah. What was your experience in going to Penn Manor?
Dude, I went through like weird phases at Penn Manor. Like, I started going there sophomore year. I don't know when I met you. I remember. Yeah. I have that memory like stuck in my head, coming to that one table and being like, "Why your YouTube? You're talking about your YouTube." I'm like, "How many viewers do you have? How many subscribers?" I was like, "What the fuck, this kid?" Yeah. That was crazy. I remember we talked over Instagram, I think it was, about becoming roommates, but I don't know what the fuck happened. Yeah. Like, no, I got into Vantage.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, I don't even fucking remember, honestly.
Wait, I think I remember. It was like, I was, at that point, I think you were already at Vantage. Okay. Or at least found roommates. I don't know if you actually like pressed, like pulled the trigger and actually like set, and I was like, all right, do you want to like room together? Like a possibility of rooming together. Yeah. And I just don't know what happened. I don't think I followed up after that, because like I was still looking for roommates at that point. So I just don't think I followed up after that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. Rest in peace, what could have happened. Yeah. We're here now, which is great. Yeah. But high school, sophomore year, I was like a complete weeb, and my voice was like high pitched. And I was friends with all like the band kids and stuff like that. I met Janet that year actually too. Oh, really? She sat on my lunch table. Mm-hmm. And so sophomore year, I was like, I don't know, it was weird. I don't even know how to describe. I didn't like looking back. It's not I didn't like myself then. I look back and like I don't like who I was. Think it's all good. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. That's all good.
So yeah, I don't know. In high school, sophomore, I was super cringy. Junior, like. Sophomore, junior, senior year, I became gradually like less and less cringy. And so junior year, I became friends with Alex, Colin Reed, and like that group of people. And that was like, it was kind of like a loose group, but we were like good friends. Like we got together a lot and stuff like that. And so they were my friends for a while. And I don't know, it was just, I remember having a mentorship program, and I became close with Jamar then. And then Jamar, Josh, and I don't know how it happened, but we just became like really good friends over time. I think it's Josh and I went to the same church, and then Jamar was just like good friends with Josh. So we all just kind of like became really good friends. I don't really remember how it happened, but I don't know. Like I had so many like different like friend groups. I was a drifter in high school. Yeah. I guess that's what you would call it. And then senior year, one group finally like stuck completely, and that's not meant to like discredit any of my other friends, but like one group I like hung out with constantly, like halfway through senior year, and that was Quentin, Joel, Edwin, and I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Isaac, if you're watching this, I'm so fucking sorry. Okay? So like those like 4 people, there were more too, but like that like I finally felt like I found my place. Those were, I was out to other people like Alex Anderson. He was like one of the other like out people in high school. He was like one of the first people that I told I was gay. I don't know, like that friend group in senior year, like I came out to all of them, and that was like those were like memorable moments of like me coming out. Like it was crazy. That was like the first time I was finally like coming out to like big people in my life. And it was just crazy. But high school, it was great. The school wasn't the best, but the people there that I met were great. So I think it was a good experience.
Yeah. I feel like I had the same experience at high school. Like I had a couple close friends throughout like the entirety of high school, but other than that, I didn't have like a main group. It was like Dylan, Kale, Chad, and like those I had like that small group, but like I just like didn't like attach to like one group, and I was like with all these all other groups and too. I moved from group to group, and like I wasn't like with like an entire group, if that makes sense. Like I was a drifter, like you said, but like Edwin and those like that group, I love those guys. I'm surprised we didn't like become like closer friends, because like I feel like I was not like super close with that group, but like I had a class 11th grade that I had Edwin and and like Joel would come up like during that class, and we would just fucking mess around. Like it was a fucking work study or something. I forget what it was, but like we would mess around.
Was that in the library?
Yeah.
Wait, that was in the library with like the guy that everyone thought was a stoner, or is that just no? Was it?
I can't remember.
The teacher.
The fuck! What was his name? It was like the English teacher.
No, it was like a video.
Hines. Yeah, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Hines.
Was that with him or no?
No. It was that was. It's like that's the classroom like tucked into the corner or whatever, but it was basically like a free block or like a free period. Oh, okay. And so it was for creative writing. Yeah. So they just like put us in the library just to like, just sit there like. Yeah. But like we would do work and stuff, but not really. Like we would just do you know Jordan? I forget his last name.
Kibler?
I don't think so, but he's a volunteer like firefighter or whatever.
Jordan.
I completely I
feel like his name's no, his name's not Greg. Is it Greg? I know who you're talking about. He has like short brown hair.
Well, his name's like Jordan, but I forget his last name. His
name's Jordan?
Yeah.
Did he have glasses?
Yeah, I think so.
Was he in band?
No. I don't know. But he's okay. Side note, he's fucking massive on YouTube.
He's massive on YouTube?
Yeah, he's fucking not like fucking like Logan Paul, but like I think he has like 25,000 subscribers. What? And he's like, some of his videos have like 500,000 views.
What kind of videos are they?
It's just like him filming like going up to accidents and stuff. And like filming that, because like he's a volunteer firefighter, so he just like records being on the fire truck. It's actually kind of interesting, because it's like he films like serious accidents and stuff, but like it's kind of, but he's like fucking popping. Like each video gets like thousands of views. Like it's fucking crazy. And I talked to him, and the last time I talked to him, he got like $3,000 total from YouTube so far, which is fucking ridiculous.
Fuck? Yeah. Yo, that's like as much as my car is worth.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And he's probably so much more, because I haven't talked to him in like a year and a half.
Oh my god.
So it's probably a shit ton more.
Do you have his YouTube?
Yeah.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's not actually like in any of it. It's just like raw footage of like him in the fire truck and like going and stuff. But yeah.
I gotcha.
I feel indifferent about Penn Manor as a whole. Well, I just didn't like high school.
Yeah, me neither.
If it wasn't for like meeting Janet, I would have been like a 0 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
It was that bad?
Yeah. Like it's not like I got bullied or anything, or like I didn't have like any traumatic like things happen, but it was just like bland. It was boring. Like I didn't really have any friends, so it was just like I didn't really do anything. And that was probably my fault too, because I didn't put work into like meeting friends and like extracurricular or like clubs afterwards. So I didn't like try to get friends, but like I don't know, I just kept to myself, if that makes sense.
It's weird, like when you get to college, it's like an awakening. Like you could have met people so fucking easily in high school. Nah, I feel you. Like high school is definitely not it. So I'm glad we're here.
Yeah, me too. College is 100% different. Well, I feel like Penn Manor is just like full of hicks.
Yeah, it is. Dude.
Fucking
people wearing the conservative flag.
Yeah.
And flying that shit.
Yeah, it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I hate Penn Manor. But then I'm indifferent about it. Like I hate it for like that reason. But like some of the teachers are really cool.
True.
And I feel like as a high school in general, it gave you a lot of opportunities.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely
I mean, for like what it was.
Yeah. So
transitioning into sports a little bit, but how has sports like influenced your life?
So actually, when I lived in Idaho, my brother played football a lot. And I remember going to his like high school games and stuff like that. And we used to go see the Broncos a lot. Not the fucking NFL, the Boise State Broncos.
Yeah.
And we used to go watch them. And I don't know, football was like, I guess, the most prevalent besides soccer. Is this like sports media we're talking about?
I guess just like
in general.
just sports in general. It can be like any aspect of it. Doesn't you didn't like you don't necessarily have to be like interactive in it or at all. Just but like I just feel like sports as a general like impacts everyone. I feel at least a little bit.
No, it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, football. I just have like a lot of good memories of like watching football. The Super Bowl, we used to always like get together as a family and watch it. I don't know. It was just I don't really know, to be honest. I just like I've never really been into like sports a ton, but I just have good memories watching it, even though I had no idea. Like I know the rules and stuff, but I didn't know who the fuck the players were, and I always just got hyped for like the Super Bowl because of the halftime show and stuff like that. With soccer, I used to watch that a little bit more, but not so much now. And I used to play that, so I don't know that I've never been like a super athletic person, but soccer was kind of like my thing for a little while. And I don't know, it just gave me like a good outlet, something I wanted to like be good at and try at. And when I played soccer, I was like the most fit I ever was in my life. So it definitely like I feel like sports have a very like healthy impact on people like that actually like participate in it. I just I don't always like the competitive side of it, but I don't really watch sports too much unless like I'm here now or like we're watching the Eagles at Stevens or something like that.
Did you play any other sports or was it just soccer?
I used to play baseball too.
Okay. But
that was only for I actually played baseball a lot when I was younger, but I never got like super serious into it. And then in high school, I didn't really play anything besides soccer. So
okay. Last question. Coming from like so many different states, what like teams do you attach to, if any? Or you said like earlier that you didn't really watch sports, so if you don't like didn't really pay attention, then like it's okay if you don't have like specific teams.
So okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, it's okay.
So Boise State University, that was like my biggest one, and then my dad was always a big fan of the Steelers, so of course they were like my favorite naturally. But then I was kind of looking, I forget when this was, but I was like, you know what, I really want to get into football, and like, I want to pick a favorite team, and so I was looking at logos, and I thought the Cardinals looked cool, so I'm like, fuck it, like the Cardinals are my favorite, and then they were like my favorite for like a year, and then my dad lived in Washington State for a while, and then I met one of the players from the Seahawks.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I have like the ball in the case upstairs that's signed by one, and so they kind of became my favorite team. But right now I would say it's the Eagles because like we literally live in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, it honestly switches mostly to like where I go, but I feel like now, because like my family is all in like PA, and I think I'm gonna stay on the East Coast. I'm not too sure yet, but the Eagles are definitely like my favorite team now. Yeah.
Would you ever be like interested in like starting to watch sports, or is it still kind of not your thing?
If I have time to, I would, like 100%. Like I always, like for me, before I was into esports or anything, I wasn't really into like any like sports or anything. And like people just talking about the players, like, oh, this dude, this dude, this dude, this dude, and it's like, how the fuck do you know that? And then I realized as I got into esports, like I learned all of the teams and all of the players. Granted, it's like way less people, but
it's not fucking stopped.
Is it good?
I'll just.
Mine's not going anywhere.
Alright. Since it's the end of the podcast, I'll just use the camera audio.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we're gonna almost wrap up anyway, so I'll just use the camera audio. Okay. But yeah, continue. Yeah, you were talking about esports, right?
Oh yeah. So granted, it's like way less people, but like I learned that like if you put time and you just like watch something, you get to know the players, and I thought that's really cool. And if I have time, I would love to do that with football, but I just don't see myself being able to do that right now.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like esports is like, it's getting so massive too.
It is, yeah.
And I would definitely like, obviously count that as like a sport too. So it's, cause like, that's why I say like sports like impact like mostly everyone regardless. Like there's like just so many like sports out there. I just feel like it has to a little bit at least, because like I feel like EA Sports like impacted your life so heavily. And then just in general.
No, I agree. Like sports at any level do that.
So that's it. Thank you for coming on.
Hey,
thanks for watching.
I appreciate it.
Goodbye,
Peace, disgruntled people.
Bye-bye.